There we go. I'm going to the airport
Yes.
with the golf clubs. Those are golf clubs, right?
Yes.
All right.
Do you go like to a different place with the golf clubs? Or?
If I go a different place with the golf clubs, no?
No, I think it's the same place, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. I mean, you just check them in like a check-in bag.
Yeah, I think at that airport
Suppose.
you could just do it all at the same counter.
Yeah, okay.
At some airports you have to go to like a special big bag section.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh.
But I think at Fort Myers they just put them on the regular.
How many terminals do they have in Fort Myers?
So, Mr. Paul
Not that many.
and friend or family member, do I have your permission to record our ride for my YouTube channel? Or do
Sure.
you prefer not to be on YouTube?
I don't care.
I don't care.
Yeah, that okay? Okay, great. Then I'm gonna give you my card. There you go.
Alright.
And then the thing is, I just have conversations with my passengers and I publish that on YouTube. But if you guys have work to do or emails or you're on the phone, that's fine. I'll just cut that out. And if you have a phone call, private conversations, I cut that out as well.
Sounds good.
Other than that, I'm just a curious person, and yeah, it's just conversations, you know. I just had before you 5 guys from South Africa in the car,
Oh.
seasonal workers.
Oh,
And the funny thing is though that I'm Dutch, they're from South Africa. They speak Dutch as well.
Right.
Oh,
But,
right, yeah.
Real funny accent though. So yeah, that was sort of hilarious.
That's what they said about you too. Funny accent.
Yeah, probably. So who came up with these roads? It is so many corners, it's like ridiculous. Look at that thing.
They don't want you to go fast.
It's whimsical.
Yeah. That's
seriously,
a good point
I
though.
think
There's
it's,
no
there's no way to
speed
like,
bumps.
Yeah,
That-
there's no like straightaway where you can like really go fast.
Although we saw those people last year when we were here on the golf cart flying and almost
Yeah.
put it on 2 wheels at one point, right?
Yeah. I mean,
Oh no, go with a golf cart.
Yeah, on a golf cart coming back from the pub.
That's crazy. So you guys are going back home, or is this home?
No, back home.
Back home.
yeah.
And so this is like you guys are snowbirds.
I do a little bit of that. Hopefully in the future do a whole lot more of it. But yeah, right now I get down when I can.
He invited us down a bunch with other college friends. We're all college friends.
College friends
Yeah, so we're the last 2 of a group.
of the group. Oh, you guys must have had a blast. And
Yeah.
playing golf in Naples is the place to play golf for sure.
Yeah, played some golf and some pickleball and just enjoyed the weather. Yep, it's
Oh, that is pickleball. That is that fast tennis little court thing.
Yeah.
exactly.
It goes faster
how it
than
should be
tennis, right?
described.
It's less running for old people than tennis.
Yes.
Yeah, but it's faster.
Maybe like reflexively, but
Yeah.
not movement wise.
Is there a championship in that pickleball?
There is.
Oh, really?
Yep, they have big tournaments. I don't really follow it at that level, but I have seen that it's been televised.
Huh. So you guys stayed in touch with so you met in college.
Yeah.
And how many were there of you?
Last year we had eight of us down here, right?
Yeah.
This year
that's right.
just 4 this year.
Yeah.
And so I suppose that most of you guys then are looking at the ages, like married, settled.
Yeah.
But then you still get together like once a year or so.
Well, we're getting together more now that our kids are older, and
Well, the kids are already older.
yeah, our kids are all mostly older. So we're getting together now more than we have in the last 20-something years, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you guys.
True.
Yes. We're on the other side of all of that now.
You guys go way back, Denise. No, I thought you guys were like in their teens or something, but
Yeah.
you guys are older than I thought.
No, yeah, we're in our 50s.
Yeah, we're.
Like I am, huh?
Yeah.
Gee.
So
But-
what's your story? When did you come over from Holland?
About 3 years ago, well, we didn't come over from Holland. We came from Haiti.
Okay.
My wife is from Haiti,
Uh-huh.
and I married about 20 years ago, let's say.
Uh-huh.
We were living there for the past 6-7 years,
Yeah.
and then 6 years, and then my oldest two kids needed to go to, and they are American. They were born in Miami.
Okay.
They needed to go to college, and Haiti was getting just too dangerous.
Yeah.
And so
we
we
had some tough years there.
Yeah, we had to make a decision where to go live, and because they're American, they could invite us to come live in the U.S. And we chose Florida because it's just the cheapest to fly everywhere.
Yeah.
But we didn't want to be in Miami, and so we came to Naples.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
That's basically
very
the
logical.
story.
Very logical.
Yeah, that's
Way to end up here. Yeah.
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 Have you ever been to Haiti?
No, I've not been to Haiti. No.
No. No, you wouldn't want to go there now. It's at the moment it's just too dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It is.
I usually go right and then do a U-turn on this
Okay.
this road because it's a lot to try to cross it all in one shot.
Oh, we could. You think so?
Yep, it's up to you.
Yep, we're good. First half. Oh, well, not with him, but he's so fancy that he's not going to scratch me.
Oh, you wanted to go left though.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry.
The GPS told me to go straight. I'm sorry about that.
Oh, yeah. You know, it did that to somebody else, but no, you definitely want to go left.
Oh,
Be
yeah,
careful
not back
pulling
the.
out.
Mhm.
Be careful pulling out here.
Yeah, here we go. Oh, yeah, it recalculated me to that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
a
way
faster
better
road.
way to go. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it's more comfortable too.
Yeah, it's like it wants to take you through the neighborhoods.
Yeah,
which-
straight. Yeah.
I mean, there's a bunch of stop signs, and it's really slow. I don't know why it does that.
Maybe even speed bumps and all of that.
Yep.
Yeah, let's not do that. Okay.
And then, but you are going to go
Yeah,
right.
right. Yeah, I
pretty
got that,
soon.
yeah.
Not at this one, but
It is telling me to go right
oh,
here.
it is. Okay. All right. It's going to have you cut through Lately, but that's
Good with
fine.
you?
Yeah, it's
okay.
fine. This is old Lately. Just like
Lately's that development that you were. pointed
yeah,
out?
it's massive. It's so massive that at one point they thought about making it a town, its own town. That's how big it is. And it was the first of the planned communities in Naples, which is kind of a crazy thing to say, right?
Yeah,
Because
so
there's
many
a
of them.
lot of planned communities now.
Right.
That had like a golf course and a club and like all that. So it goes way, way back.
So this is
It may not-
this is the original part.
Yeah,
you
this
said.
is like the original part of it. Yeah. And then there's what Tim actually clarified for me yesterday. What do you call the other, like the new section? And of course you call the new section the resort. Lately Resort versus just Lately, I guess.
But Lately also has this other part where I don't want to say poor, but how do you describe that? Where all the
kind of lower end, like
lower
not,
end,
not as
exactly,
expensive
yeah.
and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
There's a cop right there. Interesting.
It's a nice way of saying it. Yeah. So where are you gentlemen from?
I live in New Jersey,
In Jersey.
And you're from New Jersey.
and I'm from New Jersey,
Oh, okay.
and he lives in Ann Arbor, but he's from Massachusetts.
Where's this harbor place?
Ann Arbor is in Michigan.
In Arbor.
That's where I live now, but I'm originally from Massachusetts.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And so you guys then met in which college?
It's called
Or
Holy
university?
Cross College.
Holy
In Worcester, Massachusetts.
Yeah.
Massachusetts. And interesting. And then, well, like, you were like from the same dorm, or like from the same studies? Were you all studying the same thing? Or?
Yeah, same dorm. Yeah.
The two of us were, but then I guess that's how the core group forms. But
Yeah. And then the other guys were one dorm over.
yeah.
Okay, so not the same studies.
No, not the same studies. We all do different things.
Yeah.
Can I ask what?
I'm a veterinarian.
Oh, you're a vet?
Yep.
That's cool. Like small animals, or?
Yeah, small dogs and cats mostly.
Okay. You've done like your own
Yep.
vet shop, or
Yep.
how do you call that
Yep.
place?
Yep.
That's a long study, isn't it? That's like 6 years or so?
It's 4 years after your undergraduate program. So 4 years of undergraduate and then 4 years of veterinary school.
And that's all? Uh-huh.
But it's very hard to get into because there aren't that many veteran schools.
Oh, really?
Veterinary schools. Yeah.
Huh.
There's
Yeah,
something
so
there's under 30 in the U.S.
Yeah. So there's far less veterinary schools than there are medical schools.
How funny is that? You would... Well, there's less animals maybe than people, but
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that makes sense though.
Yeah. You'd think there would be more.
Yeah. Yeah, you would.
That's it.
I wouldn't be surprised if my daughter tries that. She's studying wildlife preservation,
Yeah.
Nice.
and but I wouldn't be surprised if she goes to become a vet as well. Or do you need to have a specific bachelor's?
You need to have the equivalent of a pre-medical background as far as the required courses. So for the most part, it's the same course requirements as medical school would be. Biology, chemistry, physics, biochemistry, molecular biology,
Yeah.
anatomy maybe.
Yeah. She has a lot of that. I just remember her talking about that.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. But yeah, it's an interesting. And the other. So who of you two is Paul?
I'm Paul.
You, Paul.
Yeah.
And then what's your name?
I'm Anthony.
Anthony. I'll put that on that.
It was Paul's house that we were at.
Okay. Nice home, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. A good investment, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I don't know when you bought it, but
I got in before the craziness. Just
you did?
before. So yeah,
Wow.
it kind of worked out. Wasn't really trying to time it, but it worked out.
it worked out for you. Great. I mean, in Naples, it's always a good time to buy because it will just keep going up, I think. Although at
Yeah,
the moment
it's
it seems
It's a pretty strong market. I mean,
it's still growing a lot.
it is.
Naples.
Yeah. You wonder how much it can take, how much more it can take. But yeah.
Well, I mean, there's so much swamp land and boondocks around Naples. There's so much land around it. Can grow pretty bad, but I hope it won't.
Yeah, I don't want
It's-
to get it too crowded, but
Right?
yeah, we'll see. Do you live around here?
Yep. I live near the airport
Oh, okay.
and on Davis.
The Naples Airport.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was there?
Got it. Yep.
And yeah, I like it. It's good.
Yeah.
I've been here now for 3 years or so, and but Naples is getting expensive. Like rents are going up, and
Yeah, I heard.
so that's why I started driving as an Uber.
Yep.
And then driving for Uber is just a little boring, so I came up with a pet project.
Nice.
Yeah, just see what it does.
Yeah.
I've never done something like that. I'm not even on social media. I'm not on Facebook. I'm not on Instagram. I'm not on nothing. But I thought, I was having so much fun, like with the conversations with certain people.
Right.
Like you get the weirdest people in the car.
Yeah.
You guys are sort of normal.
I know, we're not gonna make the YouTube cut.
But you get some people like that. It's just so like, and all sorts of it. It's like touching. Some are just heartbreaking. Some are wonderful. Some are funny. So it's just everything, right?
Yeah.
And I thought, well, what happens if you share that on YouTube? And so that's just, I started like about 2 months ago.
Yeah.
So let's see what happens. I got now almost 100 subscribers.
All
It's the
right.
first 100.
That's great.
Milestone. Yeah.
Yeah.
How many interviews have you posted?
I've posted, this is like around 150.
Okay. Yeah.
So I do every day like 2 or 3.
Nice.
Yep. Just keep racking and stacking, and yeah. But I'm getting positive comments, and people seem to like it, so yeah.
That's great.
It's like that Seinfeld show, comedians driving around in cars getting coffee.
Yeah. Or what's the other one?
Carpool karaoke.
No, the one where the guy does the game show, the taxi cab game show in New York City.
Oh, the cash cab.
Yeah, right, cash cab.
Cash cab.
Yeah,
I got $5 here for you guys. And there's no lights in the ceiling either. Yeah, those are funny.
Yeah.
But those are set up though. It's like,
Oh yes, a lot of that stuff is scripted.
It's
You
studio
think
work.
It's real, but it's actually scripted. My nephew worked in reality TV a little bit.
Did he?
He worked for a variety of TV shows, but at one point he did a reality TV show, and the whole thing was scripted.
Really?
The whole thing. They had a script. They had a written script. It was unbelievable. I was like,
Yeah.
You've ruined reality TV for me.
you're saying that he's with the YouTube channel?
No. My nephew was in Hollywood for about 10 years, and he worked on different TV shows.
Oh yeah.
And he worked on one that was a reality show, like it was supposed to be a reality TV show, which is
A reality TV show, and it's all scripted.
And it was all scripted.
Yeah.
Like they had a script for what was going to happen when, and what lines were going to. Most of the lines that were going to be said.
Yeah.
It's like,
Well, no scripts here.
there you go.
Yeah. Plus, it's not really possible. You never know who's in the car next.
So did you grow up in Haiti? Did you grow up in Holland?
I grew up in Holland, born and raised, and then when I was 35 or so, I left to go do volunteer work in Central America. I did that for 3 years, and then they offered me a job. I took that, and in the meantime I had met my wife. We got married, and then we lived in Mexico for about 10 years. We lived in the Netherlands for a little while. We ended up in Haiti because it was good for our kids to get to know that side of the family,
Yep.
and to really bond with uncles and aunts and grandparents and all of that. It's important for the kids. But like I said, eventually there was just so much trouble and so many gunfights and kidnappings and things happening.
Yeah.
One day the son of the neighbor got kidnapped out of his home, and that was the day that I said to my wife, we have to leave too.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
crazy. Unfortunate.
But Haiti's a beautiful country, actually. It's gorgeous. There's so many mountains, beautiful ocean, beautiful beaches.
Yeah.
You could do so much beautiful things with tourism over there. It's just amazing. Beautiful.
200 years of political strife.
Yeah, exactly. And the funny thing is if you look at the island, it's a big island, and then you have the half of that is the Dominican Republic,
Right.
which is just thriving.
Yeah.
So much tourism and beautiful beaches, and it's just full with hotels and
Yeah.
highways and everything. And you look at Haiti, and it's just impoverished. It's just poor, and people are fighting each other, and the government's just not willing and able to do anything about it. It's just there's no funds. But if I would, if you describe Haitians, also a word as they're very stubborn and very proud people. So like the United Nations is offering them to step in and help, and they're refusing it.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the gangs is just killing each other. It's sad.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Have you gentlemen traveled the world? Have you been places? Have you been to Europe? Have you been to my country?
Yes. Yep.
You both have been to the Netherlands?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep. Been
cool.
to Amsterdam.
Together or?
No,
No.
not together.
No.
Separately.
Yeah.
Oh, and I didn't ask you, Paul. What do you do?
Yeah. I'm in finance, so I've been chief financial officer for a couple
Chief
of companies.
Financial officer for a couple of companies.
Yeah, kind of a string of companies. I work mostly software companies.
Software companies.
Yeah.
Well, how can you be chief financial officer for several companies?
Well, never more than one at a time, but
Oh, okay.
But
I
they
get
also
you.
the gigs never last that long either. So yeah, I've been
Oh, really?
chief financial officer for 3 companies in a row. Again,
Okay.
not 3 companies at once, but 3 companies. And before those 3 gigs, I was kind of a senior finance person for.
So are you like hired on a how do you say that, consultant basis or so?
No, they've been full-time employee.
Full-time employee. But then how come that you've had 3 in a row in a sort of a relatively short amount of time?
Yeah, I mean it's been 3 in a row in about 15 or 16 years.
No, that's
so they're
not
all
short
like
at all.
5 years each,
Okay.
something like that. Some are a bit longer, some are a bit shorter, but
Sure.
but no, I mean in software, in innovation, it's kind of like it's a race to get to somewhere. Almost always take venture capital money, which you have to pay back at some point.
Sure.
There's only 2 ways to pay it back. You either file for an IPO and you become a public company. That's one way to pay it back. Or the other way to pay it back is you sell the company.
Okay.
And the latter is kind of more prevalent. And so that's why quite often you might go someplace and it might only last 3 to 5 years.
Oh, okay. The name continues. People on the outside don't notice, but it gets sold.
Yeah, it's usually announced that it got sold and somebody else bought it.
Huh.
Yeah.
So what kind of software?
My last one was cybersecurity software.
Cybersecurity.
Security software to help protect companies.
Can I ask you, what do you think of ChatGPT?
Yeah, I mean, there's a little piece of me that's scared of, not ChatGPT per se, but where it's all going in terms of computers being able to
Reason.
reason and reason at lightning speed that you can see it surpassing a human. And if you think of it this way, and some people explain it this way, human beings are an algorithm. When we process a sense, or seeing something or feeling something, whatever, it basically goes through our circuitry in algorithmic kind of way. And the computers have historically been a simple version of that, and now we're seeing computers that are actually could be more capable than the human algorithm. That's one way to describe it. And if that's the case, then how do we use that? And what happens with it? And people worry about computers displacing people too much. It's like, what are people going to do? In particular, if you inject that into the wealth gap, right? I mean, for most of history, the rich have needed the poor. They need them to work in the factories or work in the fields and do all that stuff. And there's elements of wealth now where they don't need as many people.
Right.
What they need is machines, and that's kind of new ground to some degree. So I'm a little scared as to where it's all going, to be honest. But at the same time, it's amazing.
It is. You think it will lead to that everybody gets paid by the government, a basic wage? How do they call it again?
Oh, the minimum wage?
Not just minimum wage. The basic income, that everybody gets a basic income, whether you work or not, whether you
work.
Yeah,
I mean, it's kind of like a welfare program. I mean,
Well, because it's true. Robots are coming, and everything will be. Even the Uber driver is going to be obsolete because you're going to be ordering an Uber on your app, and the car will just come by itself. You get in, and the car just takes you where you need to go.
Right. And who was really responsible for that technology? Was it one guy who invented it, or can we just say that like this should be shared?
It's unstoppable. It's what humans invent and what we're all doing together.
Yeah. So I'd say this. I think where you described it going is a logical way, that if we're going to displace humans, if the rich don't need humans anymore, then we need to take care of them. But you need to inject that, you need to put that through the American political system, and that's where it gets additionally,
which is always slow and
and there's large groups of Americans who would not want to just take care of people, at kind of a fundamental level of wealth and say, you're good. It's the land of the free and poor. I don't know. So it's
going to be interesting times for sure.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I guess the world's always changing. It's just
but it's also unstoppable.
Changing fast right now.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I think we're in the middle of a revolution with ChatGPT.
Yeah.
It now finally has a name a little bit, because I knew that AI is coming. And you know that AI is already like in your phone, it's in the car, it's here and there, right?
Yeah.
But with ChatGPT, you get such a feel for it. You get such a understanding how it. Like the other day, I asked it to write a poem for my daughter's birthday in the style of Shakespeare, and I told the machine her hobbies. And the poem made me cry. It was just so beautiful, such a beautiful poem.
Wow.
Yeah.
And it's just amazing what that thing can do. But also, when you talk about Haiti, it will say something about. It'll use the word proud. Well, why does it use the word proud when you talk about Haiti? Because that's what the Haitians are. Haitians are very proud people. But for a computer program to understand that and to know that and then use it in a poem and things like that, it's just mind-boggling. Yeah. It already is.
Yeah, it's...
and it's only going to go faster and faster, right? Because it can program, it can make art.
Yeah, I mean, even the software engineers could get displaced because the computers can code.
Yeah.
No,
And they'll figure out better ways to do it, right?
Some of the people I trust who know it way better than me, I mean, they say things like, ChatGPT will be 4,000 times more powerful a year from now.
Yeah, imagine that.
We know what it can do now. A lot of examples of like a poem, or even like longer examples, like even write me a computer program to do whatever, and it does it.
Exactly.
Now, 4,000 times more than that. Like, okay, that's 1 year. What about 10 years from now?
Oh yeah.
That's what I mean. Like it. I think there's some real potential for it, and there's also some real concern.
Yeah, but
where they can take it.
Because people are greedy.
I think we know that.
A lot of people are greedy, and so there's going to be people using this stuff for greed.
Yeah.
For the less good human emotions. There's going to be people that are going to be using this for power.
Yeah.
Just misusing it. That's going to be good people doing good things with it, but it's a little scary to think that this technology is also being developed in China, in Russia, and we're not really good friends with those countries.
You can say that again. Yeah, no, it's true.
It's a little scary.
Yeah.
It's also beautiful because, like, they promise, or it has a promise in itself, that we can cure cancer, that we can do a lot more things that we weren't able to do before. And that would be a great thing if we could cure cancer.
Yeah, no doubt. that's a whole other topic. But yeah.
Yeah, it's
So I mean, the advances are just coming fast and furious now too.
right.
Even though you might see like an economic great time or an economic slowdown, the innovation keeps coming. It's moving fast.
It is. And so, are you still a chief financial officer?
I'm not now. After that last company, the security company, we sold that company and did very well. And
Okay.
was able to buy a house in Florida, and now I just advise companies.
Okay.
So I don't
You're
work
an
for one
advisor.
company, but I have a group of companies that I advise, and I don't work a full week anymore.
Nice.
I'm always on the lookout for the next great company, and
Sure.
maybe I'll go back, but it's got to be good.
You sounds like you're living the American dream.
Yeah,
It's,
I guess so.
In a way,
Yeah, I mean,
because
I get that. Yeah, there's definitely some elements there. I just think of like most of my career where I've worked in a bunch of companies that didn't work out too, that crashed into the ground. So it's been a journey. It's been a journey.
at least what I do know though is that veterinarians, they will not be replaced by robots.
It would be hard.
They're impossible.
It'll be pretty hard.
To
Yeah.
replace
No, you can, because there's a connection between you and the animal,
Yeah.
Oh, the
and that
veterinarian.
allows you
Yeah, that's true.
to do certain things with the animals, and that is living tissue and everything.
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
And there's just a lot of physical things that we would do that I don't know how you would rig a machine to do it,
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're working on some crazy stuff. They're working on smell. A computer that can smell.
Yeah.
And that's crazy.
Yeah. Well, that would replace like bomb dogs and stuff like that.
Yeah. And
There's a little bit of traffic.
yeah, it's always an adventure on this road.
Yeah. What time is your flight?
6, like. So
Oh, we got plenty of
we're a bit on the early time.
Yeah, we
Actually, I
can-
should check to see how my flight's doing. Yeah. Yeah. So,
You're still on time?
yeah. We're gonna be hanging out at the airport for a while.
Yeah.
Are you on the same flight or?
No, I'm going to Newark. He's going to Detroit.
Which, let's see, which terminal are you in?
I'm in D.
Yeah, let's see. Yeah, there's really different terminals too. But we can hang out. There's an area after security, I think.
Before you split
Before
into
you
two.
split.
Yeah.
Dude, one time I went to the wrong terminal. Like, it's such a small airport. I wasn't even thinking.
Yeah.
Like, I had several flights in a row, and then I just went. And I'm sitting in there, and I'm like, it was one of those things where like I knew I wasn't going directly to the gate. I went and got some food. So I'm sitting there, got a little bit of food, and then I looked at my gate. And I'm like, why are there not any C's here? It's all D's. I'm like, oh shoot. I'm like, okay, no big deal. So I'll leave that terminal. Went to the other terminal. The line was huge, like the TSA line.
You had to go through security
I had
again.
to go through security.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, so actually, I guess it's before the security.
Did you guys see the game last night?
Oh yeah.
We did, yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, I mean,
That was crazy, right? 35-35. 1 minute to go.
yeah,
It was
and
a good
that
one.
penalty that,
Yeah, it was too bad that penalty played such a big role in the end of the game.
In a way.
The holding penalty.
yeah.
But I just knew that like 5 minutes to go, and Mahomes is on the ball. He's coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean,
That
Yeah,
guy
the only
was-
question was, were the Eagles going to get enough time to
Right.
get the ball back, and that penalty took that away.
right, and they intentionally.
Oh, I
milked
see
the
what you
clock.
mean.
The holding penalty,
That is, yeah.
they would have had their shot, but that penalty gave Kansas City a new set of downs.
That's true, right?
Let them run the clock out.
Yeah, that's right.
That
Get-
sort
get
of,
closer to-
ruined the game at the end.
Yeah.
And plus, it wasn't a penalty, I think.
That's
It
what we
was-
said, but but some people are the defensive back himself. I read this morning said it was a penalty. He hoped he wasn't going to be called for it. I wonder if he's saying that just to keep order in Philadelphia, because they'll riot. They'll
you don't-
burn the city.
Right? Maybe you don't see him pulling the shirt,
No, I didn't see
He
it.
touched him.
Yeah, I didn't see it.
but it was not pulled. It was no-
I'll say this: even if he did pull it a little bit, I mean
It's a tough
that
place to
happens
call it.
all the time, and they don't call it.
Yeah.
And now he decides to call it. Like,
right? Exactly.
it's yeah. I don't know. That's questionable. It's really questionable.
Well, it doesn't seem objective,
Yeah.
really. But these are,
But it was a good game. Sometimes
It was.
sometimes games are really bad in the Super Bowl.
Actually, I was surprised how good the Eagles were playing. Because
It looked like they were the better team in the first half. It looked like
Yeah.
they were going to win for sure.
Yeah. Yep. Just that fumble
That
return
fumble,
for a
yeah.
touchdown, that killed them.
yeah, quite a story. Kansas City, third time champions. So
I think it's their second in the last 4 years.
Yeah, I mean,
they went to 3, but this is their second win.
They won
no,
it. Like,
Mahomes lost from Brady, right? Like
He lost to Brady and the Bucks, right?
Yeah.
yeah. KC won one like back in 70
yeah,
or something
yeah,
like that.
but
So they probably do have 3 overall.
Overall, but in their modern times, this is their second
Right.
in the Mahomes era. The NFL is trying to promote football in Europe, right? Is that catching on at all?
I think in the Netherlands we do play American football.
Oh,
Yeah.
Cool.
We do. It's not. And we also play internationally. But I'm sure that you guys would, any university here would just wipe us out, I suppose. But yeah, it's not like that every city has American football or so. It's just a few big cities that have it,
Yeah.
and it's not a lot on TV. The Netherlands is more about ice skating in the winter, and then in summer it's all about soccer.
Great soccer program.
Yeah.
We're real, we
Dutch
Kick.
players are in every big league.
yeah.
The Dutch league itself is not not compared to like the other European leagues,
No,
right?
because it's such a small country.
Yeah, but so many good players can
Yep.
leave the country and play elsewhere.
That's true. Yeah, there's Dutch
Are you
players.
from near Amsterdam, or are you from somewhere?
Like I was born an hour south of Amsterdam, but my parents now live in the south of the Netherlands, which is about 2 hours south of Amsterdam.
Okay.
When was the last time you were there?
I was there
A while ago, or?
I was there a long time. I was there in 1989, a long time ago.
Oh yeah, okay. That
I
is
was
one
there
time.
in 2017. I think it was.
Oh, that's sort of recent.
Fairly.
What
yeah.
was that then for business or so?
No, it was just it was a vacation.
A vacation.
We went to Amsterdam, Paris, and Barcelona.
Nice.
Like spent about 3 or 4 days in each.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice to spend a few days in the city, get a feel for it. Paris is so huge, you could spend months in that city, but
Yeah. Yep.
did you go to Versailles?
We did go to Versailles.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Oh,
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yep.
It made me puke, almost.
Oh yeah, I mean
It's
he was crazy.
just
I mean, so out of touch.
ridiculous.
Yeah. But you can see why the people rose up.
Yeah. How the kings and emperors of the world were living in those days.
Yep.
So like incredibly rich. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, I really liked Amsterdam. My wife did too. I think everybody, my kids liked it too. Yeah.
We had plans to go in 2020. We had tickets for the Euros,
Oh really?
and COVID wiped that out.
COVID wiped that out.
We had an Airbnb and flights.
Well, hopefully soon one day again.
Yeah.
So have you been, let's see, to any museums? maybe the Rembrandt or so, the Anne Frank.
Went to Anne Frank.
The Anne Frank house.
Yeah, we went to the Anne Frank house.
You went there, yeah.
Definitely went to
Van Gogh.
one of the museums.
The Rijksmuseum.
At the Rijksmuseum, yeah.
Rijksmuseum.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, my wife is really into museums and art.
She
So
likes that, yeah.
they all, unfortunately, they all blend together in my mind. So, yeah.
Oh, and the red light district. You saw that?
Yeah.
Had to see that. Yeah,
Gotta see
I mean,
that.
if you're going to Amsterdam, I was like, you got to see it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's. I mean, it's fascinating. Like, you know,
It's weird, isn't it?
it is. But you know, on one level, you understand it. You know.
Yeah.
Get it.
Oh yeah.
Back in 1989, a big thing was the legal marijuana. That was sort of a novelty. You know,
Oh.
back then. Now here it's
Because it was
It's
only
legal a lot
only in the
more.
Netherlands,
Only in the
at
Netherlands,
that
yeah.
time. Yeah, I
Yeah.
bet. Now it's starting to here too, right?
Oh,
If you
yeah.
have a medical card or
yeah, no, it's legal for recreational use in a lot of places. Where I live, where you live,
Michigan. Yep. Yeah, it's recreational. Florida doesn't have recreational.
It's legal.
I think it's a good thing though. No, wouldn't you agree?
Absolutely,
What to have it or to not?
For recreational use that they allow it.
sure.
Yeah.
Whether you use it or not, that's up to you. But I
Yeah.
mean, I think that it's good that those rules are sort of.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, I think we've been using it enough now to know that it hasn't led to like
Yeah.
more crime. I mean, God knows we have enough crime.
Yeah, but also the people that were being arrested for marijuana use were, always a certain racial and socioeconomic background. So it was
right. I mean, so it was kind of
a way of enforcing racism.
yes. Yep. And yet another way in which the world is changing.
Can I ask you, gentlemen, about your hobbies? Let's see what's there. Do you guys have any?
I've been
I mean,
into
golfing.
I've been into golf. That was going
Right.
to be the top of the list. Yeah, I've been into golf a bit.
Were all your friends also in golf? So you all went to like play golf, or?
We did all go to play golf.
Yeah,
I don't know that
I'm
they're into it as much as I
I'm
am.
not much
but
of a golfer. Last time I played golf was when I visited him here last year.
Oh, okay.
So I just play to be social.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, hobbies. I'd have to say, the golf. My kids both play hockey, so I follow hockey quite a bit, but that's more of a spectator thing. I really like college
Is
sports.
that ice hockey?
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
ice hockey, yeah. Yeah, so I live in a college town, so I'm really into college football and college hockey.
Oh yeah, nice.
So I go to a lot of those
Are
games.
the kids are still in college?
One's in college. Yeah, one's
How many children do you have?
two.
Two. Boy and a girl?
Boy and a girl. Yeah.
You lucky dog. And then, the one is playing ice hockey in the university, or
They both play ice hockey actually.
they both play ice hockey.
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, one of them plays at college. Yeah.
You're a hockey dad. Oh, but that's amazing though, to be able to play in college. Is that also like with Division 1, 2, 3 like that?
It is,
Or-
and he's more like Division 3, so it's
Okay.
not super serious, but yeah.
But it's still a lot of play. You still got to be really dedicated to make the team.
Yeah, they practice a couple times a week, and then they play, and they're very competitive, and
Yeah.
they take it seriously.
That's nice.
So yeah.
And
Let's see, what other hobbies? I mean, I just, I don't know if this is a hobby or not, but like, I watch a lot of streaming TV, a lot of movies, a lot of shows.
It's
kind of a couch potato hobby, but there you go.
yeah, we all have that hobby though.
Yeah, exactly.
But we don't call it a hobby
Not
anymore.
unique. Yeah.
It's just pastime. Yeah, it's a hobby, I guess. Yeah.
Hobbies?
For me,
Yeah.
at this stage of my life, if I had a day off and no obligations, I would go for a hike
Nice.
or a
Oh, yeah.
run. I run, fairly regularly, and I like to travel.
I bet you would have dogs. Probably you.
I have a dog, yeah, just one.
a dog. Okay. So you would take him on the hike, I suppose?
No, my dog's a little poodle. I like to hike by myself.
Oh, okay.
I don't like the responsibility of trying to take care of a dog on a hike, or having to worry about him keeping up with me.
You see animals all day. You need some time alone.
Yeah. Plus, they would. I mean, I'm trying to be quiet and see things that I might not see with a dog. You know?
Yeah, the dog would definitely scare the birds away and stuff.
Yeah. Well, the critters.
Actually, the other day I went with my parents to I went to Corkscrew Sanctuary, which was nice.
I've heard of it.
Yeah, it's like a longboard walk. Takes about like an hour to walk, but you do see a lot of birds and a lot of vegetation.
My favorite part of this part of the country is the flora and the fauna. The natural beauty of Florida is remarkable.
Yeah. Yeah, and swamp it's different. There's a lot happening in the swamp, and then when they make a boardwalk on top of it, that's very that's interesting.
That's a great way to see it.
Yeah, the alligators and
I don't want to walk through it
without the boardwalk. I would if I was with somebody who knew what they were doing, I would. Sure.
Although I think I'd prefer the mountains of Colorado over the swampiness of Florida, I think.
Yeah, there's something about the mountains that's kind of cool.
And Anthony, how many children do you have?
I have 3.
3.
I have 3. My oldest, my daughter, is in law school.
Okay.
She actually went to university for all 4 years in Scotland.
In Scotland?
At St. Andrews. So that was so she's been back since the last 3 years, and she's halfway through law school. She probably would have stayed had COVID not hit the year she graduated, and she had to get out, come home. So
Scotland. How did that happen?
She was looking for something different. And St. Andrews takes a certain number of American students, and she liked the programs that they were offering.
St. Andrews, that's the university?
The University of St. Andrews, yeah.
Sounds somewhat familiar, but
that's where Prince William met his wife, Princess Kate.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Prince. They both went to St. Andrews, and it's one of the older universities.
So it's famous.
It's famous, yeah.
Wow. That's so special that your daughter got to go to school there.
That was really, it was great. I visited her 10 times over the course of those years.
So really?
I sort of have my own love of Scotland at this point. So that's her. And my older son lives in Boston, and he works in cybersecurity.
Oh, okay.
And my younger son is in his 3rd year of college in St. Louis. And he's going to be a mechanical engineer.
Mechanical engineer. St. Louis is nice, though.
Yeah. I haven't actually been there that much. I think 3 trips so far. But he loves the school. He plays ultimate frisbee, which is kind of interesting and fun for him.
Is that frisbee that ends up in the chain?
No, that's frisbee golf. Ultimate frisbee is more like playing soccer or football, where you're passing to teammates, maintaining possession to try to score.
Oh, really?
And the team is trying to knock the frisbee out of the air. If you don't catch it, you lose possession, and so it's a back and forth point type game.
Huh. That sounds interesting. I've never even heard of that.
It's gaining in popularity. It's a relatively new sport. It's only been around since like the 1970s, I think.
Okay.
And but he was in Charlotte this weekend for a tournament, and last year his team made the national championship. They went to Milwaukee, but he's been traveling all over the country playing in tournaments, and it's kind of a big deal.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is cool.
It's interesting.
And especially once you are on a travel team and play on the national level, you got to be really dedicated in the United States.
Yeah. I mean, he's
fanatic here.
Same as like Paul's son, who's playing hockey. They practice 4 nights a week, and they go to the weight room together, and they take it pretty seriously.
So you are also made it a real point to visit your kids in wherever they were doing school.
Oh yeah.
I like that idea. I haven't. I visited my daughter once. We drove to Colorado. I have a son in Los Angeles, but I haven't been there yet.
Oh no.
And no, I always feel like I should go, and I want to go. It just hasn't happened. And you know, life gets busy, and the kids love coming here to Florida. You know.
Yeah.
So I sort of use that as an excuse, but it would also be nice to see his place. Yeah. I think of that because I noticed you really went out.
Yeah, my other son went to school in Boston, and I would definitely get up there whenever I could. Yeah, and we try to do family vacations now together. You know.
Yeah, that is nice. Yeah. But no grandchildren yet.
No, my oldest, my daughter is only 24, so
it's possible.
Yeah, no, it's possible. Sure, it's possible. Yeah. No, no grandchildren yet.
No, better to wait after college and first go work or whatever.
Yeah, hopefully they'll be
Right.
Yeah. More settled in
right
in their lives. Once you have kids, things change a lot. You can't do all the things that you wanted to do.
It's true. They do change your life a lot.
Yeah.
At the same time, they're the most beautiful thing that can happen to you.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
It's also the most nerve-wracking thing.
It is.
At times.
It is.
Yep.
Yeah. I have a youngest son still with us, and he plays soccer.
Yeah.
So in high school, and he's very fanatic about that.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's a lot of fun.
My son played soccer before he started playing frisbee, and he thought he would go to school and play soccer, but
really?
He was attracted to the culture of frisbee more than anything. The guys on the team and sort of the camaraderie, and it was a little bit goofier, a little bit less intense.
Sure.
And he just thought that was more fun.
So, what is that called again? This frisbee sport?
Ultimate frisbee, it's called ultimate. They don't. Frisbee is actually a brand of the disc.
Yeah.
So they're trying to get away from the word frisbee.
Frisbee, okay.
So it's ultimate disc or just ultimate. Yeah. ESPN will televise the championship games.
Oh, cool.
So it's starting to get a little bit of traction.
Ultimate disc. I'll look it up.
Yeah.
Sounds cool.
It's good.
Yeah, that's a whole new world, and how your child gets to go to a good team. I just went to a meeting yesterday with a coach. It's like somebody who helps you prepare for college with your child, but also to find the right college for your child.
Yeah.
And it's really up to the kid mostly to do a lot of investigations and like which team suits you best, because you have all sorts of different types of styles of playing a sport. Some teams do things this way, some teams do it that way, and so what is your style that appeals to you? But it's sort of intimidating. I feel it's like it's you can work really hard on your sport and still not make it.
Yeah.
You know,
most people don't make it. You know,
and most people probably don't make it. Right?
Shouldn't count on that.
Right.
Sure.
That's actually the good thing, that it's at the university usually, because then you can also study and do your sports. And then if sports doesn't happen, then at least there's still a study. But he really wants to play. And how do you make that happen? So we're busy with making videos of all of his games to make a highlight video, and then you have to write the coaches and go to ID camps and all of that.
Yeah.
It's
we went down that road, with soccer, and in the end he said, I don't want to play, I don't want to play for the school,
Right.
I don't want my school to be dependent on soccer.
That it's a lot of work, but it's also a lot of fun, you know. And I definitely believe that sports is a really healthy thing to do when you're young. You know.
Oh yeah, I agree. The physical part of it, the mental part of it,
And the team,
Exactly,
having
yeah.
the team. You know?
The
Yeah,
team spirit of it.
the social
Sure.
part of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Connecting with the team, absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. Well, at least we're getting off here.
Yeah.
Although,
Yeah, we're almost there.
actually, there's pretty good traffic going to the airport. Looks like too.
Yeah, you'll make your flights easily.
Oh yeah, we got
Yeah.
we got plenty of time.
Yeah, mine's already been delayed, so I've got lots of time.
That's the thing. You never know, like when you're gonna hit a traffic jam at this airport.
It's always is.
It's not always like this. Not at all.
No,
But
this
I'd
is not
say
common.
1 out of every 5 trips I see something,
Yeah.
and so I'm a little guarded. You know, it's like
Yeah.
I feel like there's accidents on this highway at a high frequency. They drive a little.
I agree. There's a lot of accidents always on this highway,
Yeah.
which is strange because it's just straight.
It's just straight, but they drive a little crazy, and there's these slow down moments, and I feel like people don't always manage it. Yeah, this sign here got zapped by the hurricane.
Oh, this the storm damage.
Yeah. Glad they were finally working on it.
getting to it, like driving?
It's not bad. The airport's not actually in Detroit, so it's about 25 minutes from my house. So it's actually pretty darn good, and it's a fairly new airport. So it's one thing about the area that has gone well. Yeah. The very first flight I took into Detroit was with Audrey, and I checked the bag and went down to the baggage claim after getting off the plane. The baggage claim, it looks like a baggage claim. It had the conveyor belt that comes out kind of off the wall. But the wall itself was a brick wall, and there was water leaking down the wall in several places. And I was like,
Where was this?
welcome to Detroit.
That was the old
That
Detroit.
was the old
Jeez.
airport. Yeah, I mean they really needed it.
Yeah.
It was.
But
It was bad.
Yeah. That was like us with Terminal A. I've never seen a worse airport than Newark Terminal A, which is gone.
Yeah.
They just opened the new one this month.
Right. Yeah. It's, that's what it really hits you when you travel internationally. You go to our airports stink.
Yeah, like Singapore or someplace like that.
Yeah.
That's one of the nicer, bigger ones I've ever seen. What does Don's do for his company? Is he a CFO?
No, he heads up investor relations, which is a very specific thing for public companies. So, every quarter and it will happen more than just what I'm describing, but at a minimum, every quarter, the company needs to talk to the analysts about the quarter that ended, and that all has to be crafted, and there's a lot of regulation around that. The SEC manages how you say things, and how much you can say.
So yes,
if you say something, it's going to have to be data, supported, or you've got to say it in a way that gets you off that hook, So investor relations is a whole thing. It's a whole career. So that's what he does.
So he's the head of investor relations.
It sounded like that for this
new course.
Yeah. And it's a little bit of a pain in the neck, like, every quarter the CFO and the CEO, they'll draft a script. So they'll draft what they want to say and how they want to say it. And, it's true, Don's might write some of that, but eventually it ends up with Don's and with the lawyers, and they're like, yeah, you can't say this.
Yeah, right.
You can't say it like this. How about this? So it's kind of an editing. It's almost an editing job.
Right. And what is his background? Is finance or law or
investment banking? When he first got out of school, he went into investment banking. I think he got an MBA at some point, and he was an investment banker. And I forget who he was with. He was with Morgan Stanley, JP Morgan. I don't think he was with Goldman.
He said he was with JP Morgan, I believe, because he was talking about the new building they're putting up. It was definitely JP Morgan.
Yeah, that sounds right. Because I don't think he was at the same place as some of our other friends. That world gets kind of crazy, so I can totally understand why he's doing what he's doing now. That's much more manageable. You have to be worried about one company. Get to know that company.
So which airline are you guys flying?
Tony's on JetBlue, and I'm Delta.
I think those are two opposites of the... I think it's first Delta and then JetBlue is at the end. Okay. Do you prefer somewhere in the middle together, or do you...
Yeah, pick someplace in the middle is fine, I think.
Okay.
We can walk a little bit.
I'm not 100% sure, but let's go have a look.
I mean, the whole thing is not that big.
Yeah.
So
no, it's true.
Get dropped off in the middle, it'll be fine.
Well, anyway, gentlemen, it was nice talking to you.
Yeah, you as well.
Likewise.
Yeah. Interesting, learned some new things. And I hope you have a good flight back home.
Yeah, appreciate the ride. Thanks.
Home, sweet home. You're very welcome. I didn't see Delta, so it is both at the end then. Okay.
There you go. Yeah, anywhere along here is fine.
Delta's here, and a little further ahead is JetBlue.
That's great.
See if we can find a little spot here.
All those guys want to